guys, Will here with WTF Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Nissan Altima SR VC Turbo.
And a big thanks to Red at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Altima has been Nissan's midsize sedan since 1992. That's when the first generation was released. The 6th generation Altima that you see here was released in 2019, facelifted last year for 2023, and for 2024, not a whole lot changes outside of Nissan extending their connected services plan, which includes digital remote engine start and digital lock and unlock. Previously, it was only available for 6 months. Now it's available for 3 years, and for people who are buying this vehicle, it may not be the biggest deal, but for people who are leasing, especially for 3-year lessees, that's a big reason to go for an Altima compared to the competition. Available in 5 trims ranging from the base $25,000 S all the way up to the top SR VC Turbo with a base price of $35,000 that you see here. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, with this gray sky pearl metallic paint color, this vehicle is a really sharp looker. Hopefully you can pick up the metallic sparkles. We get the smoked V-Motion grille too, since it's an SR, and a full black grille for the front, updated Nissan badge post facelift, full LED headlamps with daytime running lights right in the inside, and I like the black headlight housing too. We don't get any fog lights or functional airflow in the corners, unfortunately, but that honeycomb design with gloss black outlets makes this vehicle look a lot more aggressive from the front end. The wheel and tire setup, speaking of aggressive, these are really nice 19-inch rims with the Y spokes, multi-spokes, wrapped in Bridgestone Turenza all-season tires, dimensions being 235/40 R19. So we'll see if the 40 series sidewall is enough to keep the ride quality nice and plush. I believe we had 40 series sidewalls on the SR Premium we just reviewed in this channel for 2024, and the ride quality is still really good. I also really prefer the look of these 19-inch rims. Updated Nissan badge. We'll take a step back, all body color trim for the wheel well area, and rocker panel side skirts with black mirror caps with an LED turn signal on them and a camera helping us out with the 360. I apologize, we're right next to the airport, so if there's a little background noise, just bear with me. We get nice black trim for the top part of the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, a little bit of shiny chrome for the bottom part of the window trim, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Out rear, same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. I really like the look of these 19-inch rims with a splash guard, body color splash guard behind it. Let's take a step back, check out the side profile of this top SR VC Turbo trim. It is a really good looker. I mentioned with the SR Premium we just reviewed in this channel that I see a little bit of a Lexus design inspired in this vehicle, and now with this 2.0 turbocharged engine, this vehicle has a performance to back up the looks while keeping the base price around $35,000. The gas cap is not pushed to open. I'll show you the latch is inside. That black trim from the top part of the window trim continues all the way out to the rear windshield. I kind of wish we had an all black roof to really contrast this gray sky pearl metallic paint, but I'm sure you can add a vinyl black roof in the aftermarket. Anyway, hopefully you can pick up that sunroof up top too. We don't get LED taillights, unfortunately, but the incandescent design is still a pretty premium look. We have a halogen reverse light right to the right of it, gray Altima badge, red SR in the corner, VC Turbo in the lower right corner, updated Nissan badge. Shout out Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. We get rear parking sensing and a pretty aggressive looking rear diffuser. Dual exhaust tips too. And speaking of these dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2-liter VC turbocharged 4-cylinder sold by Nissan for the 2024 Altima SR VC Turbo. It doesn't sound super aggressive, but it makes a very solid amount of power at 236 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a CVT transmission, which may not sound too great for performance, but it's enough to get this vehicle to 60 in around 5.8 seconds, which is really impressive for the $35,000 segment. We get a strut tower brace connecting the 2 strut towers together. No hydraulic struts though, so my hand is burning trying to hold that hood up. But we figured it all out. Walk around this 2024 Altima SR VC Turbo one more time. Those wheels are really cool looking. And if I didn't mention, we also get a slight rear deck lid spoiler. As far as the interior, again, we get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. No blind spot monitoring on the glass, but we do get blind spot monitoring just in the inside part of the mirror. Taking a step inside, we get soft touch materials up top with some aluminum beneath it, aluminum door handle, soft gushy trim for the middle part, and a gushy soft armrest, one of the softest armrests in the segment. Red and white contrast stitching, auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the rest of the passengers. 4-way adjustable mirrors, solid storage down below, you'll squeeze a foot long in here with no problem, and up to a 32-ounce water bottle. You get the Bose premium audio system here too, one speaker on the door panel. You get an illuminated Altima nameplate as we step inside, and it's outlined in aluminum. We get some really comfortable sport buckets. They are outlined in some red perforation, red and white contrast stitching. Not the most bolstering, but the bolsters are quilted, making these seats super comfortable. 2-way lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. Put on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But as far as the interior, if you guys checked out my 2024 Altima SR Premium that we just reviewed in this channel about a week, maybe 2 ago, this is the exact same interior. I don't see any differences at all. The differences with these vehicles are really the wheels and the power plant, which are big differences. But for the interior, really not a whole lot is different. So if you want to see a more in-detail review of this interior, check out the SR Premium we already reviewed. But as far as this interior, the steering wheel is still awesome with red contrast stitching, great 9 and 3, solid 10 and 2. Volume and skip controls on the left side with the adjustments for this infotainment. We got our digital speedo and a compass right up top. You can go to fuel economy, trip A, trip B, and right back to where we started. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the digital speedo with the compass above it. The tach goes to about 6,000 RPM. We'll see where it actually shifts. And the speedo goes to 180 miles per hour. That's the only difference I'm seeing compared to the SR Premium we reviewed. The gas level beneath the speedo and the coolant temperature beneath the tach. We get paddle shifters too. It doesn't control any gears, but it does control the 8-speed line-driven ratios for the CVT. The horn area is hard plastic with good graining. Updated Nissan badge. The horn, not the loudest or most aggressive, but people should still be getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. We do get dual panes. We have dual panes in the SR Premium, so it would be expected that they continue along here. And speaking of the windows, right here, lights up for the blind spot monitoring. The steering wheel is also a flat bottom with an aluminum frame. Awesome. No auto rain sensing wipers. That would be an appreciated feature for a top trim. We also don't get ventilated seats, which would also be appreciated on a top trim, or a frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. It is available, but as an option, you got to go with the SL to get a standard, which is a head scratcher for me. I understand that the SL is a luxury trim, but it is about $3,000 cheaper compared to the SR Turbo. So I would expect the SR Turbo to have just about all the features you would get on the SL. Anyway, we get a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our auto steering, trunk release, interior brightness, and trip reset, hood latch release, and our gas cap release down below. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. The dashboard is all soft touch with leather stitching above the gauges. We get the new larger 12.3-inch touchscreen. So with the SR Premium we just reviewed in this channel, we did get the screen, but you have to go with the premium package to get it. Otherwise, you just get the regular Altima touchscreen. Regardless though, we can check it out. This is our home screen with our phone information, song information, and our map. You can scroll over to the right, connections, all apps, weather outside, nearest gas station and prices, Alexa, and Nissan Connect services. Blank screen too, and right back to where we started. The map, you can check it out. The display is a little bit dated, but the response is perfect, so just about all you would really need for a navigation system. It'd be nice if they updated the overall picture, but other than that, no complaints. Music too, beneath that phone connection settings. All right, it's not yelling at me anymore, but beneath that we have all of our apps, notifications, Connect services. You guys can pause and take a look. Awesome. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it here. Beneath that we have more shortcuts, brightness, volume and skip, and camera. You press the camera button. Here we have a forward-facing and a forward-facing 360 with the overall settings to the right of it. The 360 is a really appreciated feature for a $35,000 base price, but the resolution could use a little bit of improvement if you guys can pick it up on camera. We press it one more time, and now we have our backup camera and side blind zone camera instead of a 360. You press it one more time, and we return right back to the home screen. Air vents beneath that, hazards, and some carbon fiber trim. Also we had on the Premium, but we also get it carried over here. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. Dual zone automatic front climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel. It would be nice to also get ventilated seats, but they're not even an option here on a top SR turbo trim. Wireless phone charger, USB-A and C port, and a 12-volt right next to it. Engine start stop outlined in this faux aluminum trim. Leather stitching for your knee will often hit, and it is soft with red and white contrast stitching. This is a top-notch feeling interior, guys. The backup camera, we already checked it out. Throw it right back into park, and we return right back to the home screen. We also get a low gear here for the CVT, but I think it just leaves us in the first ratio permanently. It doesn't actually have a true low gear. We have 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles, electronic parking brake with auto hold. Pretty soft armrest, not the softest, but definitely soft enough. Definitely not as soft as this armrest. It would be nice to see those materials carried over, but that's my only complaint. Pretty nitpicky. The overall space, let's check it out. It is massive. You'll probably fit about 10, maybe 12-ounce cans in here. No pen slot or anything, but a pretty large and spacious console. The glove box, we can pull this latch. Falls down nice and damped, and it's massive. You're fitting 30 license plates. I wouldn't be surprised if you found a way to fit more. That is a large glove box for the mid-size segment. You mentioned no auto-dimming rear view mirror. Got to pull this flappy thing to dim it, but the frame isn't super thick. Sunglass holder, interior light does not appear to be LED, but the rear taillights weren't LED, so not really expected. We also mentioned the sunroof. You can open up the shade, open up the glass. It goes inside of the roof, so it's not going to stick out like a sore thumb. Goes almost out to the end of the front row. We'll poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 81 degrees according to this 2024 Altima SR VC Turbo. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2024 Altima 2.0 SR front wheel drive sedan VC Turbo. It is a mouthful. A lot of standard features though. You guys can pause, take a look at all of these. With a $35,430 base price, $245 for the splash guards, $395 for the premium paint, $90 for the USB charging cable set, which is included in the center console, $365 for the floor mats, trunk mat, hideaway nets, and dual trunk hooks, $195 for the trunk organizer tray, $400 for the illuminated kick plates, rear spoilers included, so are these 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels. After about an $1,100 destination charge, we're sitting a tick over $38,000, so about $5,000 on top of the SR Premium we reviewed in this channel, but now we're adding a pretty beefy power plant. We'll hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, check out the trunk, and then give this power plant a nice solid test. So out rear, up top, of course, the plane's taking off. Just bear with me. We don't get any soft touch materials, so we're gonna have some cost-cutting measures compared to, say, like an Infiniti or any other more premium brand, but you're also saving quite a bit of money while not compromising a whole lot of performance. We still get the gushy soft materials in the middle and a gushy soft armrest. The window is not auto one touch. The storage is not quite as spacious up front, but to be expected. It's still solid. If you forego the water bottle, you fit a 6-inch sub. You'll probably fit a candy bar and a 32-ounce water bottle otherwise. Additional one of your Bose speakers. We get a kick plate, but it's not illuminated like it is up front. The rear seats are super comfortable. The padding goes way out into the door frame area, so very couch-like seat. The legroom also looks super impressive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 5-6 inches of knee room, headroom. I have about an inch, so if you're under 6'3", 6'4", you'll sit in the back of an Altima with absolutely no problem. We get air vents too, USB-A and C port, and a center armrest. You gotta jab your hand into it, but it's pretty nice and soft. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles with no problem. We get a map pocket behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver. The rear interior lights aren't LED, but they weren't up front, so it wouldn't be expected. We don't get a hook on either of the grab handles back here. I kind of wish they added that, but you can simply hook it up to the actual grab handle. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. Let's hop out back towards the trunk, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 Altima SR VC Turbo out for a drive. So the hinges are going to get in the way of your cargo a little bit, so make sure you don't pack anything up higher than that, at least not towards the sides. But the overall trunk space is massive. Look at the size of this opening. Basically, the entire rear end of this vehicle can open up, allowing you to slide in TVs up to like 65-70 inches. You fold the rear seats down, yeah, I would expect you to fit maybe not a 65-inch because of the way the wheel wells protrude, but the opening would allow it. We can check out some of the secret storage down here. Basically just your fix-a-flat kit, and under the fix-a-flat kit, hopefully you can pick up the not full-size spare tire, but large enough to get you to the tire shop and back. That's about it though, guys. The latches to drop the seats are right up top. You can drop the trunk, walk around this 2024 Altima SR VC Turbo one more time. It is a beautiful, I guess you can call it a premium sports sedan, and for the premium sports sedan segment, you get a lot for the money. Those wheels, I can't get over how nice they look. The overall vehicle itself, it just looks fantastic. Performance-wise, let's take this car out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Nissan Altima SR VC Turbo. Let's see what this thing's got. So my first impression, the steering, it feels a little bit sharper than the SR Premium reviewed in this channel. Not by much, but I do feel a slight increase in weight. Not in a bad way, it just makes this vehicle feel a little bit more planted and sporty. The brakes feel really good. These brakes feel like a noticeable improvement. Oh, there goes my water bottle, but it feels like a noticeable improvement compared to the brakes from the SR Premium. The ride quality feels just about the same, about a third throttle. Oh, guys, this thing is really, really quick. It takes a second for either the boost to build or the transmission to respond. Not quite sure which one it is, but after it does, it puts you in the seat. I mean, to have a vehicle that doesn't respond immediately, still do 0 to 60 in the 5-second range, that just speaks volumes. After a tune, some type of tune to make it a little bit more responsive, I can see this vehicle doing 60 in the low 5s, maybe even high 4s, assuming you get grippy enough tires. The isolation from the road on this loud concrete pavement, it's still quiet in here. We have the dual pane windows, so you're not going to hear any wind noise just about until you get to pretty high highway speeds. But on rough roads, even the road noise is very limited, even with these skinnier 40 series sidewall tires. The body roll is super limited. The turning radius is very sharp, and coming out about half throttle, woo, once it responds, it is taking off. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was only half throttle. As soon as you let off the gas, the RPMs immediately shoot directly down, just typical of a CVT. If anything, that'll just help with gas mileage. Maybe not helping with response because it's got to go back up into the rev range after you're ready to go again. But anyway, off the line, let's try one off the line on the gas. Boost. Wow, this thing rips. It doesn't feel very conventional at all, but you look down and you are flying. At a little bit higher speeds, you feel pretty good steering weight. I wish this had a conventional sport mode. There's no sport mode button anywhere, at least not from what I see. We'll try a little higher speed body roll test. Oh, and the grip is excellent on the gas. Oh, goodbye. This thing is surprisingly fast. We don't have to beat it up a whole lot further. Handles the big bumps also really well. You don't even feel the little ones. I'm really liking it for a $35,000 base price. This is a very good performer. Do I wish it had, say, an 8 or a Nissan's 9-speed transmission? Absolutely, but even with the CVT, it feels surprisingly good. We can take a step out here onto this multiple lane highway, open her up a little bit more on the gas. Wow, this thing is really quick. I did not think we were going that fast. Wow, we'll try out these paddle shifters, 5th gear, 4th gear, 3rd gear on the gas. Boost. Wow, very powerful motor. And when you use the paddle shifters, it doesn't immediately drop you back down to the rev range, so you can go right back to your pull. Woo! And now it feels a lot more responsive. There's a slight amount of torque steer here. This is a very powerful power plant. We'll try it out in a second. On the gas. This thing is quick. We'll try out a real world turning radius. Try one more acceleration, get up to higher speeds, see how the wind noise is, and get this thing back to courtesy Nissan of Tampa. But overall, guys, I am impressed. Real world turning radius, 1st gear on the gas. Woo. Yeah, this thing gets up and goes. We'll throw it back into the top gear, take it out of the paddle shift mode by pressing and holding. Back in regular drive at around 45 miles an hour, we're turning a tick over 1,000 RPM. And it is quiet in here. Listen, I'm not sure if it translates on camera, but I can literally whisper to you guys right now, and this audio is simply uninterrupted. For a $35,000 base price, guys, I've said it countless times, this is a very premium performance sedan. Compared to vehicles like the Toyota Camry, the sound isolation is a notch above, noticeable notch above. Compared to vehicles like the Honda Accord, the driving dynamics are a notch above, and so is this power plant option that you can just simply no longer get with the Honda Accord. When you think about it with the CVT, yes, it's a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder made to a CVT, but it doesn't make anywhere near as much power as this 2-liter VC. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I mean, this thing is fast, sub 6 seconds, 0 to 60 fast. You'll fit 5 full-size adults in this vehicle. You get top-notch premium leather everywhere, soft touch dashboard, 12.5-inch touchscreen. We don't get ventilated seats. That's probably my only actual complaint, because at the end of the day, I don't really care about the rear view mirror. I wish we had ventilated seats, and if that was added, at least as an option, I'm not expecting it to come standard on the $35,000 base price. But for like a $1,000 option, or throw it into like some type of convenience package that gives you some other like BS options and features just to get the ventilated seats in. It doesn't really matter how they do it, as long as it doesn't end up coming on like a $3,500 package. As long as you keep the package around $1,500 or less, I think it would really make this vehicle a borderline no-brainer compared to the competition. But overall, guys, if you're looking for a sub 6 second performance sedan that has top-notch premium features, but you don't want to pay more than $35,000 to $40,000, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Nissan Altima SR VC Turbo. And a big thanks to Red and Janavi here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Red or Janavi. And huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel's just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.